Good morning, everyone, and welcome. Welcome to our Saturday morning mindfulness meditation session. I have a beautiful buffalo sage smudge going here, and today I'm sitting with my sacred eagle feather. Find your comfortable place in a seated position, on your chair or on Mother Earth. As you ground the soles of your feet to Mother Earth, to Shkakmakwe, feel that connection to the receptive force of the earth energy. As you bring your awareness to your shoulders, soften your shoulders and let it fall. As you bring your awareness to your abdomen and the other parts of your embodiment, soften into your chair or into the earth. And you can close your eyes or you can leave it slightly open, whatever feels most comfortable for you. But this morning I invite you into my place and space to sit with me for that 10 minutes, to ground into the earth and to the earth energy, but also to come back home to this vessel, to come back home to this beautiful embodiment where all that ever happened to us resides. We're moving into our 5th session, focusing on my first book, Enlightenment is Letting Go, Healing from Trauma, Addiction, and Multiple Loss. And I was going through chapter 1, and I stopped at the conclusion. Hence, today's session is about healing from trauma and addiction. Just a little bit as we sit today and shed light on our own healing. As you greet your breath, begin to notice every in-breath and every out-breath. Continue to soften more and more and more as you connect with your breath and as you connect in this beautiful present moment with the wisdom and the knowledge that all is well right here, right now, in this beautiful moment. But before I start, I want to give gratitude and thanks to all those beings in spirit world. I had beautiful visits last night from my late brother, my mother, my sister, all in spirit world, just coming to bring me beautiful messages of healing. So I give gratitude and invite all of those ancestors to sit with us in this practice today. And I say, I honor you, and it is on your backs that we stand as we continue our healing journey forward. And as I was reading the conclusion of chapter 1, I was really blown away because this is 13 years ago and so much have changed. But I realize it's always been there. You were never far off. And I'll read a little bit of what I wrote. As we move into the new era of multiple technological advancements, we continue to encounter the vulnerability and the suffering of humans whose childhood abuse histories led to the development of complex post-traumatic stress disorder and addiction. These disorders bring with them challenging, complicated, and painful consequences. These challenges must be addressed at all levels: mind, body, spirit. In other words, in the context of biological, psychological, spiritual, and social dimensions. Our healing should focus on client-centered, gender-sensitive, and specific to the needs of people, being aware of the complexity of people's needs. Treatment must be integrative, inclusive, diverse, effective, collaborative, and consistent with new research and best practices. And this is exactly what I teach and preach in this present moment to everyone. One of the biggest pieces that I've added is what we are doing now. Coming home to the embodiment, knowing that the biggest impact of trauma and substance use disorder is in our embodiment. And we have to come back home to this vessel. We have to come back home and befriend the difficulties that resides within the body because of our traumas. It takes time, it takes moments like us sitting 10 minutes together, just honoring our bodies and just being present to it. But I was astonished as to what I further wrote. I said healthcare professionals are challenged daily working in this field, and that we all need sound knowledge and skills and gentle openness coupled with a deep compassion and understanding of the human spirit and as well of suffering. But I also said that self-care is mandatory for the professionals in this field. The healing and deep work only happens in that therapeutic relationship. And the final piece that I said was that helpers and healers or professionals should treat themselves in the same way they advocate for the relatives that they care for, and that they always maintain safety, self-care, deep compassion. And those are all the trauma-informed components. And finally I say, it's my biggest mantra: anything that is loved can be healed. I invite you to sit today and to bring forth that love and that loving kindness and that compassion to yourselves, whoever you are, wherever you are. If you are healing from your trauma, love yourself. If you are healing from addiction or struggling with addiction, the first step is to love yourself. Be kind to yourself. Treat yourself with compassion, loving kindness. Move around, do movement therapy. As my daughter Shireen says, movement is medicine. Feel your breath as you breathe in and breathe out, and as we take the last few breaths here. And so now slowly and gently begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. And I invite you to feel those words and to carry them with you today and every day. And to remember that we are born to heal. Now slowly as you open your eyes, just orient yourself and just look around you and get a sense of where you're sitting and so on. So thank you everyone for sharing your beautiful practice and your energy with me and everyone else here today. I really feel good. Have a beautiful rest of this glorious day and weekend, and take all of this with you and apply it to your day-to-day life. I love you all. Namaste. Aho.